House committees to ensure implementation and report progress back to the House in 4 weeks for further legislative colleagues. Thank you. I so move.
Thank you. Any seconder? Let's go this way. Architect.
Honorable Speaker, my dear colleagues, my name is Architect Dr. Austin Asema Chado. I represent Gwe East, Gwe West Federal Constituency of Benue State. I stand to second the motion as ably moved by my colleague on the security situation in Zamfara State. I hereby second, Honorable Speaker.
I think it's a straightforward motion. So I'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Defense, Committee on National Security and Intelligence, and Legislative Compliance. Honorable members will recall that we had moved for our friends from Ghana to be admitted into the House, and so we have Honorable Cletus Seidu Dapila, Member of Parliament for Tirapa, and Vice Chairman of the Backbench Business Committee, with Emmanuel Korathen, who has come to observe proceedings. Members will remember that we agreed to bring them in. So here are our visitors. You are welcome to the Nigerian. We were in Ghana just on Saturday with your speaker, and we're happy that you're here. That this kind of exchange will always help Africa to be more integrated in our pursuit to that we are all clamoring for. Thank you for coming around, and some of our own parliamentarians will soon be in your parliament. Receive them warmly like we have done when they come. Thank you. Enjoy your observer status today. Yes, the one-minute silence was prayed by that, and I'm sure there's another 1-minute silence that is coming in other motions. And I think we are going to wait until we finish all the motions to save us time. And then we'll start once for all the people that lost their lives. Let's have Honorable Yusuf Adamugari, if he's in the house, to move his motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Yusuf Adamugagdi. I represent Panshin Kanke. Arise under Order 8, Rule 5, to enable me move this matter of urgent public importance on the brutal killings and murder of Nigerian citizens from my and mother of Nigerian citizens from my own local government, Kanam local government of Plateau State, Anambra State, and to equally seek the leave of the House to suspend any other relevant rule to enable me, any other relevant rule of the House to enable me move this motion. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker Kudan, Federal Constituency. I am from Kaduna State. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
And the ayes have it. Honorable Yusuf, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, I'm Yusuf Adamugagdi. I represent Panshin Kanke Kanam Federal Constituency. I'm from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, note with utter dismay and deep concern the gruesome killing of 7 Nigerian citizens from my own local government, Kanam local government area of Plateau State in Oka, Anambra State. These innocent citizens were brutally murdered by some armed militia while repairing their motorcycles at the mechanic garage in Oka. This incident, Mr. Speaker, happened on the 24th of October, 2024. Further note, Mr. Speaker, that the victims were residents in Oka carrying out their legitimate peaceful services as motorcycle riders at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University gate. Worried, Mr. Speaker, that the victims were neither terrorists, bandits, nor criminals, but peace-loving citizens of Nigeria who were free to reside and do business in any part of the country. The victims are Joseph Ishaku, 31 years old, Jamilu Haruna, 20 years old, Abdul Wahab Aliyu, 28 years old, Abdul Razak Mohammed, 18 years old, Nuruddin Yusuf, 23 years old, and Awal. They were all shot to death while others sustained severe degree of injuries. So the victims were from Gomlar and Gumshar villages of Kanam local government area in Plateau State. Also worried, Mr. Speaker, that this barbaric act in the southeastern part of the country is threatening our existence and free movement and right to live and liberty to live anywhere in the part of Nigeria as guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This act is condemnable and unacceptable. Concern, Mr. Speaker, that if prompt security measures is not put in place to safeguard the lives of Nigerians living in other region or any other part of the country, this may lead to reprisal attack and it will not be good for the nation. Mr. Speaker, I urge the House to, 1, observe a minute silence in honor of the departed citizens of my local government. Condemn the killing of innocent Nigerians, not only in this part of the country, but in the entire Nigeria. 2, urge the federal government, Mr. Speaker, to immediately commence thorough investigation into this crime and ensure that the perpetrators are brought to justice and take concrete measures, senseless killing, and protect the lives and properties of citizens across Nigeria. area. 4, Mr. Speaker, urge the Inspector General of Police and the Director General of the Department of State Service to take urgent decisive action address this situation and ensure that culprits are brought to face the full weight of the law. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Honorable Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Inam Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleague, Honorable Yusuf. I so second. Thank you.
Before I ask the question, I had amendment. Any amendment? Yes, please. Honorable Chinedu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
This is prayer 4.
Properly dressed.
I was thinking that was his prayer
It's my-
4.
It's my friend, but it's not properly dressed.
Who is using the microphone without being allowed, please? Yeah, I think Honorable Oga.
Down this amendment.
Oga, thank you. Yes, any other amendments? Yes.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Barrister Muhammad Bello Shehu, representing the people of Federal Federal Constituency. I rise to draw the attention of Mr. Speaker and the House that the last speaker is not properly dressed to even stand up and address the House. So I think it's good we take note of. This very important point. Thank you. He's not properly dressed. Is he?
Yeah, it's the provisions of our rule that if you come to Parliament, you must look like a parliamentarian. It is either you are dressed in native, that is traditional wear, or you dress in English, corporate wear, and fully. Honorable Logger. Am I properly dressed? You know, we are wearing suits, both of us.
Mr. Speaker, more that you must put a tie. It's not a must that you have to put up. When you say, Mr. Oga,
We are two organs. I'm calling him Chinedu organ. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Because of his
Adiente.
blessing. It's all
Honorable
right.
Adiente.
That's on a lighter note. Yeah, I think we should emphasize that if you want to go corporate, you dress corporately, and that includes your tie. If you are putting on suit. So, Honorable Logger, to speak again, you have to go and borrow a tie. Carried, carried, carried. All right, so let's go back to the motion. As we are doing amendment, one amendment, get brief, get brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain an Amero Dekeri, representing Isako Federal Constituency, Abaya Station, Nigeria. Mr. Speaker, let me commend the mover of this motion. The issue of jungle justice is becoming a national threat. Just, Mr. Speaker, I would like to amend that this should not be limited to Plateau alone, but it should be a national, to be treated as national issue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Emergency issue on the issue of this jungle justice. That is my amendment, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Let it be
Order,
national.
please.
Let it be national. The motion is specific to an incident that just happened. The prayer is specific. I wouldn't want it to be watered down so that it will not lose the weight. Okay? You may sit down, Honorable. Thank you,
Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Let me just put the question. What motion? You want to say something for 1 minute? Okay, go ahead. The floor is yours. Make it 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, once again, Yusuf Gagdi is my name. I represent Panshinkan. Gagdi is my name. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam.
Let us hear Honorable Gadi in silence, please.
I represent Panshinkanke Kanam.
Honorable
from
Oga.
Plateau State.
Honorable Ibe.
Panshinkanke Kanam.
Honorable
from
Oga.
Plateau State.
Honorable Ibe. Please have your seats. Let us hear Honorable Gadi in silence. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, thank you again for giving me this 1 minute to add value to this motion. I hope the message in the motion, which was carefully crafted without any accusation to specific individual, is being sent. But to overemphasize security matters, Mr. Speaker, I think we need to do more than what we are doing to ensure the safety of the Nigerian people. This is not my nature on the floor of the House. As this motion was drafted to come and speak for my constituents here, to show that it's not limited to Southeast. Just yesterday, as a polygamous family, Mr. Speaker, my mother-in-law was shot to death in Plateau State. It goes to say that we must take security situation very serious, irrespective of the region, that those things are happening. Mr. Speaker, Nigeria all over. There is one form of injustice regarding to killings of human life or another. And the primary strength of our constitution, like the first person that moved a matter of urgent public importance cited, is for us to ensure the safety of life and properties of our own citizens. Mr. Speaker, I wish we take this resolution very serious and ensure there is peace all over Nigeria. Thank you and God bless you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Kuye, on the same motion. Honorable Ginger.
But just by way of information, it's unfortunate that the killing from
Agencies are making effort. We appreciate them, but more need to be done. It's affecting everyone, including the security agencies. Let's hear Honorable Leshe. You want to say something? That's the final one on this before we vote.
And the discussion in these hollow chambers is becoming monotonous. We come here, we discuss insecurity. There is no day we sit and in our other paper, you don't see motions, urgent importance on security issues. We stand every day, now not even up to a minute of silence. Again, and killings. But yet, every year, the largest chunk of the appropriation that is passed by this House goes to security in terms of resources. Was an information over the social media that the sponsors of name has been mentioned. No one has been prosecuted. Are they spirits? Mr. Speaker, I think we've done a lot of talking. We should go into action. A lot of talking. We should go into action. A lot of talking. We should go. There is need for us to call our security agents to brief us on what, because on our part as legislators, we don't give it urgent attention. But yet, our constituents are being slaughtered, are being murdered, and butchered on a daily basis. Mr. Speaker, yet we've done all these resolutions on investigation, yet it is not ending this crisis. Let us ending this crisis. Ending this crisis. Let us ending this crisis. Let us ending this crisis. Let us call
If we start talking about security, we will not do any other thing today. It's already past 12 o'clock. We know the situation we are in. People categorize them under unknown gunmen or Boko Haram or the rest of them. Some of them are criminals. So while we blame it on police, blame it on army and all the rest of them, we should also speak to our children. In school, if you go to Punch newspaper 25th of October, you will see it well explained there. When we send children to school, is for them to learn, not for them to learn how to harm each other. Then you blame it on government for insecurity. So the security agencies have a role to play indeed, but as parents, we also have a role to play in
Don't go into
Senude.
No, I will.
Is Honorable Yusuf Oman Dati in the house? Please quickly present your matter of urgent public importance. Wait for your mic to come on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Yusuf Umar Dati, member representing the good people of Kura, Madobi, and Galumari Fire constituency. I'm from Kano State, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable parliamentarian of this House. My name is Honorable Mohammed Dang Abba Shehu, member representing good people of Zaki Federal Constituency. I am from Bauchi State, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion that is urgent to be heard now, yes. Second.
Right, Honorable Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, my name is Donald Kemekamba Jogo. I represent the good people of Ilaje SL, the federal constituency. Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I'm an Ijaw from Ondo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the motion. It's urgent enough to be heard. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Against have it. The floor is yours, Honorable Dati. Make
Thank
it
you,
brief.
Mr. Speaker. The motion is on the need to urgently call on the federal government to intervene and serve sanctions against power generating companies and the National Electricity Regulatory Commission over the recurring power collapse in northern Nigeria. The House notes that for the past week plunged into darkness.
Honorable Oga, sit down with your friend.
With
My
no-
palace, sit down. We have visitors from Ghana. The house a bit rowdy. Wakwansia, sit down. Abajide, allow them to sit down, please. We can discuss in low tones.
With no electricity supply, an unprecedented outage that has, including healthcare services, were greatly impacted negatively. Therefore, it is clear that both power generating companies the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission have failed to meet their responsibilities, and this neglect can no longer be taken lightly. Concerned that the week-long power outage has crippled production, halted businesses, and disrupted essential services, causing massive economic losses across northern Nigeria. This instability threatens livelihood, security, raises operational costs, deters investment in the region, and potential job losses, which invariably impact local economics and social well-being. Aware that the inability to restore electricity after a full week of blackout reflect gross inefficiency and incompetency to their responsibilities. Despite the critical reliance of industries, healthcare, and small businesses on subsidy power supply, the power generating
What is the point of
companies.
order, Honorable Master? Because last time you said you were not recognized. So let's recognize you now. Please, turn off your mic, please. Honorable Dati. Thank you. What's the point of order,
Thank you,
Masuru?
Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. I remain Mansur Manu Soro, member representing Darazo Ganjua Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I came under it shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific caution upon which the House has come to a conclusion.
I can't hear you. Speak into the mic, please.
It shall be out of order to attempt to reconsider any specific caution upon which the House has come to a conclusion during the been in the darkness with the motion coming off this afternoon. I want to move that we rescind the motion we have taken last for the prayers that my brother is coming with, for them to be married, and should there be any further amendment to what the problem, and report back to the House. Imagine the kind of suffering that people are going.
That if they have to present the other two prayers, maybe it will help solving the current problem.
Okay, go to your prayer. Since the subject matter, the House has heard it before, let's listen to your prayer and see the fundamental difference.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Resolves to urge the federal government to intervene immediately and address the electricity crisis in northern Nigeria. Secondly, demand sanctions against power. Demand sanctions against power generating companies and the Nigerian electricity companies and the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission for their failure to provide reliable electricity. Thank you. The last prayer is the same as his, so I don't need to mention that. Thank you.
Let me mention that the prayers are the same. From what we have, from the votes and proceedings, the publication made by Premium Times, October 28, which was just yesterday, it says, our proactive president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is saddened by the report of vandalism and willful destruction of power infrastructure. And he has asked that the Ministry of Power step in immediately to resolve this issue. So while we are still trying to transmit, I don't know whether that resolution has been transmitted to the committee, President has already acted. Thank you very much. So can you step down this your motion, please, based on all this information?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the presence of these new additions, may I seek the House to step down this motion and allow the first motion that had been presented.
Thank you very much,
to take
Honorable.
precedence.
Thank you very much, Honorable Dati. That was so kind of you. Motion stepped down by the order of the House. It's Honorable Joshua Ghana in the House. Please move that we suspend our rules to enable us have the matter of urgent public importance, having treated 3.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
In fact, not you, leader. Leader. Your duty. Leader, move that we suspend our rules to enable us to take the 4th one. Please, leader.
I was beginning to wonder if the great speaker has created a deputy leader.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Professor Julius Ihonvere, over Federal Constituency, Edo State, arise to move that we suspend the relevant a 4th matter of urgent public importance. I so move.
Yes, leader.
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, my
Honorable Ghana, the floor is yours.
Order, please.
Make it as brief as
Honorable
possible.
Room.
Your motion is too long. Please try and shorten some of the paragraph. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Joshua Audugana, member representing Lavun, Mokwa, Edati Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Niger State. I rise to move this urgent matter of importance concerning the boat accident involving over 300 people in Bajibo village in my constituency in Mokwa local government area of Niger State. The House notes that no fewer than 80 bodies have been recovered, 74 dead, 6 alive with 200 still missing in the boat accident that occurred on Tuesday on the river Niger of the Jebba Dam at Bajibo community in Mokwa local government area of Niger State. The House further notes that the boat was conveying about 300 passengers for a Malut celebration from New Bajibo in Kwara to Old Bajibo in Niger State. consisting of youths from Kwara when it had capsized about 8:30 p.m. Further concerned that this will be a second of such major disaster in Niger State, 18 months after more than 100 people were killed in another boat accident. Aware that through the joint efforts of Niger State Emergency Management Agency, a total recovered last Wednesday. Mr. Speaker, because of your plea, I'll just go to the prayers. The House resolves to, 1, the House observe a minute silence in honor of those who lost their lives in the boat accident, to see boat builders and conducting annual inspections or quarterly inspections to ensure seaworthiness. Further urge the National Inland Waterways to set up enforcement and establish training centers across the country to educate boat operators. Urge the Nigerian Navy, being charged with its policing the Nigerian water, mandate committees on inland waterways and
Thank you. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, I'm from Lagos State. It's my pleasure to second this motion as moved. I so second, sir.
Thank you. It's a straightforward motion. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to Committee on Inland Waterways, Committee in charge of NEMA and Legislative Compliance. Shall we rise for 1 minute silence for all the motions that prayed for 1 minute silence for the departed soul?
Mr. Speaker, point of order. Professor Julius Ihonvere, ON. I come from O1 Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm happily from Edo State with a new government coming in a few days.
The leader of the House is moving a point of privilege. The majority
Speaker,
leader of the House is coming under point of order on privilege. Can we listen to leader of the House to know what he's presenting?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please
Mr.
speak
Speaker,
into, you know you are too tall. Speak into the microphone, leader.
we are trying to do that. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I come under Order 6 because as leader of this House, I also have a responsibility to at all times defend and protect the integrity, credibility of every member.
Leke, please, leader is moving a motion. Ask your visitor to sit down. Leader is moving a motion. That is the majority leader. Let's hear him.
Thank you, sir. As I was saying, I have a responsibility to stand to protect the interests, the integrity and credibility of every member of this House and our collective image as a House. While it is true that legislatures are not popular anywhere on earth, we have tried in this House, since the Night House that I know, and this House in particular, to rebuild our collective image. It is that collective image that individuals lean on to interact with the outside world. It is the way you build your house, you run your house, you manage your house, that outsiders would see and give you respect even before you say a word. Speaker, the tendency has been for people, particularly in certain sectors, to say, we expected this. Is it not from the House of Reps? That is not our culture. That is not our standing. And we have a responsibility to Nigerians. To build this, our goal is to hand to them a banner without to begin to analyze the video that we have all seen or to analyze the commentary. But I'm a member of the House. And I'm on my feet today to plead with my colleagues and Mr. Speaker that this matter is serious enough. It impinges on our collective integrity. It attacks the conscience of the average Nigerian. It derogates on the image and expectations of the public of what we stand for as the House. And we have to demonstrate to that public that brought us here, that voted for us to come in here, that we recognize it, we are pained, we are offended, we are not happy about it, we are not judging the member.
Okay, round up.
You should allow me to plead that we send this matter to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges. To give us a report in 1 week. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. So your prayer is that this issue, issue of privilege is not debated by our rule. He has laid his facts down and referred to relevant provisions of our rule and has made a prayer. That the matter be sent to ethics and privilege. Mascot, Honorable Mascot Ikuchi, you're raising your hand. We don't debate privilege. Why are you raising your hand for? Point of order. Can you put on your microphone, please?
Please, Honorable, beside. Please. Bob. Please return to your seat, please.
I will rule that people stop. Stopping the appropriation committee chairman so that he can also focus. When we finish sitting, you can approach him because he's also a member of the parliament. Thank you. Carried.
Mr. Speaker.
What is your point of order?
On point of personal explanation, pursuant to Order 8, Rule 6 of the House Standing Orders, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to rise and speak very briefly concerning the incident that took place on October 27th of 2024, involving myself a citizen, Mr. Stephen, as a misunderstanding, regrettably escalated into actions and remarks that do not reflect the values that I hold dear, nor those that I am.
Chairman CBN, you're having another parliament there.
I acknowledge that I am human, thus infallible. And in recognizing the significance of the role as a public servant, I am mindful of the weight of my words and actions and how they may have affected those that I represent. Since the incident, Citizen Abutsaya and I have engaged in alternative dispute resolution methods, and I am pleased to inform that we have reached a respectful and constructive resolution. Additionally, my sincere apologies to the leadership of the House, my honorable colleagues, and the entire National Assembly as a whole for any deficit of goodwill that this particular incident may have caused. I am aware that my actions reflect not only on myself, but also the esteemed institution in challenging situations. These strides that we have constituency of Aba North and Aba South and empowerment. As a teachable moment, Mr. Speaker, I just want to state once again that I am human. Even though there was things were said. Things were said things were said. I apologize to all Nigerians. Regardless of the provocation, there should be no reason why I should react in that form. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians. Let us let what has happened remain in the past, and let us forge forward. Thank you once again. For giving me the opportunity to tender this apology, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
To Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, our elders always say, that the day we stop learning is the day we die. They also say that we learn from mistakes and not from successes. However, the Parliament is one of the most hated institutions in Nigeria today. We are bashed morning, afternoon, and night, despite the fact that most of us have very noble intentions for the people of Nigeria. We should always be guided and also know must be treated with dignity, with respect, and continue to launder that heavily viewpoints. Thank you very much.
Leader came with a privilege at that if at any point we feel that the integrity, the dignity of the parliament, has been threatened, has been scratched, we investigate through our internal structure in the eyes of principles of natural justice, which is audit oral pattern, which is let both parties be heard, which is fair hearing. That is what we put in our rules. It is not good for us to judge, ahead of time and take rash decision. Therefore, in line with the prayers of the leader of the house, that this matter be referred to the Committee on Ethics and Privilege for him to be heard. His appeal was very emotional, very touching, shows remorse. I was touched hearing it from here. But that is not enough. I know you were touched as well. I know Nigerians watching him have seen a man that is remorseful. But our rules must be complied with. That our rule is that he should go and sit with our committee on ethics and privileges. They will hear him and then report back to the House for us to take a decision. That is the ruling of the House. I'm being guided that the prayer of the leader need to be seconded. Need it to be seconded. Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, Aliu Sani Madaki is my name, and I represent the Ala Federal Constituency of Kano State. I stand to second the motion as moved by the House leader that this matter be referred to our Committee on Ethics and Privilege. I do second, sir.
We are going to vote on it. The motion that this matter be referred, instead of going into suspension like everybody in Nigeria wants us to do, for us to apply our rules and the House rules. This goes to House Committee on Ethics and Privilege. Say aye. Those against say nay. Yes, the ayes are hereby referred to Committee on Ethics and Privilege to look at it and get back to us in 2 weeks. Honorable colleagues, I have a few announcements to make. One is that the member left his brand new iPad since last week Thursday. Please come and claim it with the right identity. We also have another and the facility management department to resolve the problems. That too, there will be total power outage between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. today, as there will be some work to be done on the transformer. Number 3, that we regret any inconveniences this might have caused. This is announced by Chairman House Services Committee, Honorable Daniel Amos Abubakar, while he's sitting. Please, you should respect that, please. This is to remind members of House Committee on Constitution Review that a courtesy call to the Right Honorable Speaker by some participants of the International Legislative Dialogue on Women and Constitutional Amendment in Nigeria, which took place yesterday at Transcorp Hilton, will hold today, 29th of October 2024. The time is 3 p.m. and the venue is room 414, Speakers Meeting. Honorable colleagues, the business of the day, the first business of the day is the presentation of 20 bills. And I invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1990, Batagarawa, Katsina State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Technology, Rimi, Katsina State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Companies Income Tax Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Vocational Center, Birnungwari, Kaduna State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, sixth alteration, passing appropriation bill with 2/3 of elected members, Bill 20 Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Charanchi, Katsina State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery Science, Gulu, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Civil Defense University, Kachia, Kaduna State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Science and Technology, Kagarko, Kaduna State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Humanitarian Unemployment, Youth, Elderly, and Indigent Sustainability Allowance Trust Fund, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigerian Neighborhood Watch and Community Service Corps, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. National Hospital for Women and Children Act, Repeal and Enactment Bill 20. Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Cereals Research Institute, Badegi, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Institute of Mining Technology at Depot Benue State, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading.
Thank you, Clerk. Honorable colleagues, the first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Technology. Ilaro, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration, and for related matters standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ihonvere. Honorable members, record that House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 23rd. Therefore, call on Honorable Ihonvere to move that the bill be now read the third time.
Mr. Speaker,
I will also expect the leader to move that this third reading be done for 1 to 4. You just mentioned the HB numbers. There are 4 bills there going for third reading.
Mr. Speaker, Julius Ihonvere, 01 Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the following bills be read. Time. SB 345, HB 1975, HB 1384, and HB 714. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
moved by the House leader. I do support.
I now invite the clerk to read the long titles of the bill.
An act to establish the National Youth Service Corps Fund, provide a sustainable source of fund for the National Youth Service Corps, skill acquisition, training and empowerment of corps members, training and retraining of personnel of the NYSC, development of and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Education Technical Guaram, Jigawa State, provide full-time courses in education, applied sciences, instruction and training in technology, arts, social sciences, humanities and management, and other fields of related study, and to carry as third reading. A bill for an act to establish the Institute of Chartered Trustees of Nigeria, charged with the responsibility of regulating and promoting the practice of trusteeship, including the registration and discipline of its members, and for
bills read and passed. Fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of the bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act and establish Federal Medical Center Odelemo. Ogun State and for related mark on time. Chairman, Rules and Business.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Nonuga is not on the floor. I move that.
The bill stepped down by the rule of the House.
Order, please.
Yes.
I have the authority of the Deputy Chief Whip to take this bill on our behalf.
She did not notify us.
And
Next time, let us have notification ahead of time before the gavel goes down, so they can release it and then you will inform us. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In your back.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Hart Cyril Godwin. I represent the fabulous people of Degema Boni Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I'm from River State. My point of order is on Order 12, Rule 15. Order 12, Rule 15. With your kind permission, Mr. Speaker, I would like to read.
Please read.
More than one bill on the same subject matter may be introduced, but when the second reading of a bill has been agreed to or negated, the question shall not be proposed for the second reading of another bill of the same subject matter during the same session. On the order of the day relating to such a bill being read, the Speaker shall direct the next matter with the bill in question. And
Which bill in question?
the bill just read, which is the...
But you would have allowed me to finish reading the bill. I've not even finished reading the bill.
It's on the other paper, Mr. Speaker.
All members will recall that the debate on the bill was adjourned on Wednesday, 23rd by him. He approached the chair that is stepped down by order of the House.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Means the bill is not dead. It simply means you will take it again. But what the rules of the House says that the bill will be.
Honorable colleagues, the seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish armed forces farms and ranches scheme, enhance food security, promote economic diversification, and for related matters, starting in the name of Honorable Baba Jimmy Benson. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Thursday, 17th October 2024, and I invite Honorable Benson to move that the bill be now read. The second time. Honorable Benson, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The Enyi of Abia, CON or CFR. I rise today, Mr. Speaker, to move that a bill for an act to establish the Armed Forces Farms and Ranches Scheme to enhance food security, promote economic diversification, and for related matters should be read a second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Benson. Any seconder to this bill? Leke, you've been raising your hand for a while.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Leke Abejide is my name. I represent the good people of Yagba Federal Constituency. I'm from Kogi State. I rise to second the motion that the bill for an act to establish armed forces farms and branches scheme be read the second time.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Please, Honorable Baba Jimmy, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The concept of establishing an armed forces, farms and ranches will no doubt open a new frontier for the armed forces of Nigeria to contribute meaningfully to the nation's food security, leveraging on non-active and active members of the armed forces and expertise from their personnel. The initiative, if well harnessed, would add to the nation's GDP agriculture. The military, consisting of 3 services, Army, Navy, Air Force, will provide the expertise required to carry out provide the expertise required to carry out any national engagement seamlessly. These services also have a relative advantage from the land resources in the agro ventures within their political environment. The nation's diversity in different ecological zones can also afford the opportunity for personnel to engage in profitable agriculture. This spans from the growth of cereal and root crops, animal husbandry, and its related activities in the savanna grassland in the north, to permanent and perennial crops within the forest and mangrove swamp in the southern region. Mr. Speaker, this bill is essential because in developing countries and developed countries such as the USA, Israel, China, Egypt, Zimbabwe, their military participates fully in its wisdom, signed an executive order about 9 months ago that mandated into joint ventures with states within their barracks and outside of their barracks. We also know that the armed forces
To say something? Let's just put the question. This bill is referred to Committee on Defense.
Diversification and for related matters, second reading.
Thank you. This bill is referred to Committee on Defense. The eighth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of the bill for an act to amend the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act, BOFA, 2020 to make provision for the protection of victims of fraudulent withdrawal from account and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Moses Oluwatoyin Ifayinka, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time Thursday, 30th April 2024, and I invite Honorable Ifayinka to move that the bill be now read the second time. Honorable Ifayinka, please. Honorable Ifayinka in the House.
Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Moses Oluwatoyin Ifayinka. I represent everyone in the most peaceful constituency in Nigeria, Moses 2 Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. I rise today to move that a bill to amend the Banks and Other Financial Institution Act, BOFA 2020, to make provision for the protection of victims of fraudulent withdrawal from accounts and for related matters be read second. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Any seconder? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleague, Ali Adeyemi Taufik is my name. I represent the good people of Mushiwan. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion, your bill, but make it as brief as possible.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The background, my dear colleagues. The Banking and Other Financial Institutions BOFA Act was last amended and assented to by the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2020. There is an alarming rise of bank fraud or unauthorized withdrawal of deposit funds in Nigeria. In the banking industry, about 101,801 cases was reported in 2022 and 48,703 cases reported in 2023. Very more of it were never reported, making bank customers lose several billions of naira. This bill is in consideration to the uprising of various financial crimes within the country, with many of such passing through financial institutions, or we can call it commercial banking system. Dear honorable colleagues, we all know that virtually all banking transactions are done electronically, which means that transactions can either be ATM, POS, direct cash transfer. In essence, what this bill is meant to address is, let me give a brief example. My very self is a customer of Bank A, and my money has been removed unconstitutionally without my authorization. Upon noticing of this, I went straight to my Bank A to report. My Bank A confirmed that my bank told me they could not tell me the identity, that I should go to police station. I rushed down to police station. Police station, after passing the normal hurdle, I was given the statement to fill. After filling the statement, I took it to my banker. My banker told me again I needed to go to magistrate to bring affidavit or to bring order so that they could release the identity of the fraudster to me. Upon further conversation with them, they told me the only thing that could save me and other victims was to go and legalize the everybody, including but not limited members. That is the objective.
Thank you.
I so
Well,
submit.
well laid. You laid it very well. Thank you very much. Help me turn off your mic. Yes, Honorable Jai, you want to say something?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I'm a Jahababa, Chief of Dambuwa Goza Federal Constituency. Honorable members, permit me to start by congratulating Moses Fayinka, Honorable, for bringing this very important and critical bill for an amendment. Without your consent, maybe a result of fraud or anything related to it. On the reporting to the bank, is the bank to follow up who is the fraudster and recover their own money. That particular customer is not liable. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, almost on a daily basis, we used to neglect it because or ignore it because it's a negligible amount. Even today, I can confirm to you in this chamber, some people saw an alert that they did not know exactly how it emanated. To save Nigerians, particularly because
no vulnerable
we
one.
cannot, if you that banks will be liable for any fraud in your account. Immediately they will remit or refund you immediately, and they follow where the money is taken from your account. That is the most important thing we should insert in this bill.
So that we can allow.
And I really appreciate legislative synergy. The Nigerian consumer, regardless of his status, it should be on the bank. I believe NDIC ensures deposits. So we have to legislate and amend the Bofia Act. I had the pleasure of working on the act as a legislative aide in the last Senate, sir, and I can tell you there's
Thank you very much. Mr. I represent the people of saying it. Iwaju, Kajola, and Iwaju, our federal constituency. Still have challenges in having their money back in this, and it's called a push payment scam. So the payment scam. So the money, and I can't even locate the person. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. That's your contribution to the, which means you are supporting the bill. Yes, let me hear from you finally.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Victimized by this. Make a payment to people and then it's the wrong payment. I want to lend my voice in that regards, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Those in support that this bill be read the second time. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. It is important to know that as we refer this bill to the appropriate committee, they have a lot of work to do to incorporate some of these issues that have been raised in the course of this debate. Please, clerk, read the long title.
Right Honorable Speaker, amend the banks and other financial institutions Act 2020 to make provision for the protection of victims of fraudulent withdrawal from accounts and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to Committee on Banking Regulation, Banking and Other Ancillary Institutions. The ninth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principle of a bill members will recall that the bill was read the first time on July 2023, and I invite Honorable Kunlola, he now read the second time. Honorable Kunlola, if you are here.
Rise to second the motion ably moved by my brother, Lanre Okulola, that this bill should be read a second time. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Kunlola, the floor is yours. It's an establishment bill, just straight to the point. 1, 2. Minutes.
Of a productive society, healthy people are the cornerstones of nations. Success. This understanding is entrenched in the fabric are undeniable. With the growing population, especially in Lagos State and in Orile, the need for Federal Medical Center will be a critical lifeline addressing the gap in a
comprehensive and a strategic manner. Mr. Speaker, Orile is a very vibrant, vulnerable heart of Lagos. Due to the limitations of locally, serious when emergency strikes every second counts. Yet, the current system forces victims to go on a long distance, often in a very desperate measures. Lives are being lost due to lack of immediate spine. It's represent not only a medical in our local health system, it will offer a robust and effective healthcare system, not just for Surulere, but for Lagos State and in general. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so much.
Concerned that despite feeding the national connected to the grid, aware that communities, the host communities include Bibi, Bauru, Birama, Malumshe, Kashimbila, Bete, Lufu, Lufu Joro, Barikilisa, Shibon, all in Takum local government of Taraba State. Also aware that the host communities need to be provided with electricity to give need to be provided with electricity to give them a sense of belonging, to give them a sense of belonging, to give them a sense of belonging, to give them a sense of belonging and ownership of sense of belonging and ownership, sense of belonging and ownership of the belonging and ownership of the national asset and thereby guarantee its protection. The national asset and thereby guarantee its protection. House therefore resolved to mandate the Ministry of Power and Rural Electrification Agency to make adequate budgetary provision in the 2025 appropriation to ensure electrification of these host communities. 2, mandate the committees on Power and Rural Electrification Agency to ensure compliance. I humbly move, Mr. Speaker.
Amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Amendments? Amendments? Are you from that community?
I'm from a neighboring host community. I'm from a neighboring host community, sir.
Okay.
I rise.
And the effect of it when it happens extend up to Bakassi. I will urge that. This prayer of motion be extended to Bakassi along the line of that belt so that all benefit.
A proposal so that everybody.
The line of that belt so that they all benefit.
A proposal so that everybody.
The line of that belt so that they all.
So that everybody will not be coming one. Everybody.
The line of that belt so that they all.
So that everybody will not be coming one by one to. Include their community. We just do that corridor, the corridor of the dam. That fit from that. Any seconder to this motion? Any seconder? Yeah, communicator. Second.
Okay.
Those in support of the motion as amended, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Gowon Haruna. I represent Basa Dikina Federal Constituency. I'm from the Confluence and the first state, oil producing state in northern Nigeria, Kogi State. I rise to move the motion on the need to review the implementation of the integrated financial management system, GIVMIS, and e-procurement in the office of the accountant. And e-procurement in the office of the accountant. And e-procurement in the office of the accountant. And e-procurement in the office of the accountant general of the Federation. And e-procurement in the office of the accountant general, of the Federation on completion, thereby creating completion, thereby creating bureaucratic on completion, thereby creating on completion, thereby creating bureaucratic completion, thereby creating bureaucratic bottleneck in the payment process. Informed that the contractors who have executed and completed their projects in 2023 and 2000. 2024 are yet to be paid for the jobs, a violation of the Public Procurement Act, which stipulates that every project executed be paid within 30 days or 5% interest be charged for every month. The House concerned that the inefficiencies and non-compliance in the payment of contractors by MPAs and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation for executed projects has hindered the ability Mr. Speaker, one, urge the federal government to review the implementation of GIVMIS and e-procurement system in order to address in order to address the non-compliance by mandate the committees on public procurement, finance and appropriation to investigate the inefficiencies and non-compliance in the payment of contractors by MDAs and the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. The Prince of Niger.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Saeed Musa Abdullahi. I represent the people of Bida, Bakokacha Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm from Niger State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second this all-important motion as ably moved by a senior citizen and colleague of mine. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The motion is referred to Committee on Public Procurement, Finance and Appropriation. The 12th order of the day is a motion on the need to investigate various charges, fees, debited by commercial banks on customers' accounts, starting in the name of Honorable Ganiyu Adele Ayoba. Honorable Ayoba is invited to move the motion. Honorable Ayoba is not around. So the motion is stepped down by the leave of the House. The 13th order of the day is a motion on the need to introduce the 3-day work week for public and civil servants to enable remote work in order to mitigate the effect of high.
Ginger Obinna Onwusibe. Mr. Speaker, I am Anungbama from Abia State.
Motion stepped down by the leave of the House. Thank you very much, Ginger. In tertiary educational institutions, I will move that the consideration of the bill do resume. Up to 20. Move it together.
I rise to move that the following reports, HB 1598, SB 161, HB 421, HB 966, HB 1167, HB 1460, and HB 971 as listed in the other paper be considered by the committee of the whole. I so move.
Second, leader.
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, Aliu Sanuma Daiki is my name. I represent the Ala Federal Constituency of Kano State. I stand to second the motion that bills number 14 to 20 be considered by the committee of the whole. I do second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please move that we do.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
I will leave it by 2,
Hmm?
as you announced that there will be power outage between 2 and 6 p.m.
The 4 outage is not here.
Oh, it's not here. Okay.
It's in the rooms.
that is
But we may not consider all that we have here. We will do as much as we can and we'll push it to the other day because of time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable
Right.
Falake, you were addressing your point. Consideration, that's where he is, yes. He moved that we resort to committee of the whole for consideration of.
Mr. Speaker, sorry, sir. Leader. Sorry. Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent as a federal constituency Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, in view of the prevailing situation, I move that we consider stepping down of items on our order number 21 to 23, so that we now go into committee to conclude the position for the amendment. This one be stepped down in view of your explanation.
That we step down 21 to 23.
Yes, sir.
The health committee chairman is raising his hand. But those are just reports. Those are just reports. Yes, what do you want to say?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For the past 3 sittings, these reports have been suspended, and I plead with the House to allow us to just lay this report today.
Rules and business. Considering Bill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in one day is too much. Try and shorten it next time so that we won't have to struggle. We report, yes, we just go to the recommendation if it is a report. Recommendation 1, 2, 3, 4 if it's a report. But with the bills, clause by clause consideration is more time consuming. Step it. When we get there, step it. When we get there, step it. Move that will go into consideration. Or you don't want us to go into committee of the
Mr.
whole?
Speaker, I also move that the House to dissolve into committee of the whole to consider the reports as applied.
Thank you. Please.
Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the motion as moved.
Thank you very much. Those in support that the House resolve into committee of the whole say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolve into committee of the whole. Honorable colleagues, the 14th order of the day is resumption of consideration on a bill for an act to prevent, prohibit, and redress sexual harassment of students in tertiary educational institutions and for related matters. Honorable members will recall that the House and the Committee of the Whole on Wednesday, 23rd October 2024, considered and approved clauses 1 to 2 and deferred further considerations of the bill. Honorable Julius, the leader, will move that the consideration of the bill do resume.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
No, you have
This
done that.
bill was deferred from the last sitting. I think it's good. Is very clear to prevent, prohibit, and redress sexual harassment. The contentious issues the last time have been clear. Redressed, and some of them moved to the interpretations clauses. So I move that our colleagues support this. And let's pass it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I think it's straightforward. We are starting from clause 3, and it's supposed to be clauses 1 to 15. So we're going to go from 3 to 15. Clause 3 to 10. Clause 11. Clause 12. Clause 13.
Point of order, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, thank you, Your Excellency, the chairman. My name is Honorable Dr. Patrick Umo. I represent Ikorekpene, the Sienu de Moboro Karafido constituency. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. The chairman, as the bills we intend to pass, and we just shout. Undermines the credibility of what we do. I say this advisedly because we may run into trouble sooner than later. Let members of the House of Representatives, so that when we carry, we know what we're carrying. Otherwise, we'll end up making.
You come here. And it's expected that you must have made your notice, your notes on each of the clauses.
Chair, Francis Wyver is my name, Chairman Rules and Business. Like the chair has said, these documents have been circulated on the official platform of the House of Representatives for over a week. So they are there. And yesterday I posted them again yesterday for us to go through, so that you would have taken notes before coming here. And when that section is mentioned, you can easily speak to it. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
There is no how you will study the bill and come to the parliament with it, or write it down somewhere. When it gets to that bill of interest to you, the clause, even if they jump it, you say, no, can we look at this clause? I want this amendment on it. So that is one of the ways to go about it. I hope that explains one of the ways to go about it. I hope that explains. Fine. Let's not dwell more on that. So let me repeat again. Clause 1 to 10. Carried means that nobody has any objection. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. The long title, honorable colleagues, the second bill to be considered is the Act to upgrade the College of and Technology South-Exam to provide full-time courses in health sciences and technology and make provision for the general administration of the university and for related matters. I invite the leader to give us 1 minute synopsis of the bill.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for this opportunity. This has existed as the College of Health Sciences and Technology in Sape for Zamfara State. And now the bill seeks to upgrade it to the Federal University of Health Sciences and Technology to perform the functions ably described both in the title and in the content of the bill. I think this is a wish to produce, badly needed in this country. I urge my colleagues to pass the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. This is just an establishment bill. The question is that clauses 1 to 37, the shadows. Measurement of the bill. Clause 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 27. The shadows. Explanatory memorandum. The long title of the bill. Honorable colleagues, the third bill to be compulsory for every Nigerian bill stepped down by the leave of the House. Now,
this is a long overdue initiative. The Meteorological Training Institute initiative.
1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. The schedule, explanatory memorandum, and the long title. Honorable colleagues, the fifth bill to be considered is an act to establish a Nigerian content in program, contract, science, engineering, technology, and innovation, and Council for Planning and Execution of Project, Promotion of Nigerian Content in Program, Contract, Science, Engineering, Technology, Innovation, and Monitoring, Evaluation and Oversight, and for related matters. Leader, please, synopsis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is finally, we're getting on the right track in terms of local content. Not just in the oil and gas sector, but in all other sectors in the country. Essentially, this is already in existence, but this is the establishment bill for it to ensure that the evaluation of Nigerian content in programs, in contracts, science, engineering, technology, and innovation. This is in many sectors, and I think this is very critical bill.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 36, the shadows and the long title of the bill be made part of the act. The shadows and the long title of the bill be made part of the act. Clause 1 to 10, 10 to 20. Twenty to 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Institute of Capital Market Registers to ensure professionalism in the system of related matters. Leader, please. Research Council of Nigeria to make provision for establishment of federal. Thank you. Straightforward. Honorable colleagues, the question is that clauses 1 to 2. The first report to be considered is that of the Committee on Health Institution on the bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Health Sciences, Gaya, Kano State, and related matter. I invite Honorable Amos to give 1 minute synopsis of the bill, of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues. My name is Amos Gwamna Magaji. I represent the peaceful people of Zangon Kataf, Jaba Federal Constituency. We are from Kaduna State. Mr. Chairman, I do move that the House do consider the report of the Committee on Health Institution on the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Health Science, Gaya, Kano State, and related matters, HB 30. And approve the recommendation therein laid 11 July 2024. I so move.
Honorable colleagues, the synopsis that we asked for is not a motion. So for consideration of clauses 1 to 42, the scheduled explanatory memorandum and the long title of the bill. Clause 1 to 10, 10 to 20. The second report to be considered is the Committee on the Health Institution on the bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act and establish Federal Medical Center Itigidi, Cross River State, and invite Honorable Amos again to give us 1 minute synopsis of the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues. My name is Amos Gwamna Magaji. I represent the peaceful people of Zangon Kataf Jaba Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, peaceful people of Zangon Kataf Jaba Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, we are from Kaduna State. The bill is seeking to establish, with the size of Nigeria and the dire of referral hospital everywhere in the state, like in Cross River State, there's only the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital. Aside that, many other local government or many other local government or places within the state have no referral hospital.
You are preaching to the converted.
Yes.
The SDG says between every 5 kilometers, so it's in order. So the question is clauses 1 to 3, the schedule and the explanatory memorandum and the long title be made part of the bill. Clause 1 to 3? Clause 1 to 3? We don't have 3. We have, okay, it's true. 1 to 3, schedules, explanatory memorandum, Federal Medical Center and established Federal Medical Center, Ikole, Ekiti State, and for related matters. Honorable Ekiti State and for related matters. Honorable matters. Honorable Lemos again.
Zangon Katav Jaba Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, sir, there's been an executive order concerning this bill from the presidency. So this is just a follow-up to ensure that every relevant law is taken care of. The president has already given approval for the establishment of this Federal Medical Center. And because the House has not yet approved it, they've not been able to draw budget for the implementation.
Thank you. So we have to give it a legal framework.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the question is clauses 1 to 3. The schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill be made part of this. Clause 1 to 3. Clause 1 to 3. The schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Refer to plenary to report progress.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that the House be revert to plenary for the chairman to give the report progress.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my highly respected colleague, I stand to second the motion that the House do revert back to plenary.
House will revert to plenary to report progress. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby revert to plenary to report progress. And approve clauses 2. 3 to 15, having approved clause 1 to 2, the previous week, and the long title of the bill. Honorable colleagues, the House and Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to upgrade the College of Health Sciences and Technologies, Zamfara State, DEFET, Zamfara State, to Federal University of Health Sciences and Technology, Zamfara State, to provide full-time courses in health sciences, technology, and other fields of study, and produce high-quality medical professionals with broad knowledge, skill, and value, strengthen institutional capacity for disease control. And surveillance, as well as bridging the gap in medical research, and make provisions for the general administration of the university and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 27, the schedules, the explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. Honorable colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to repeal the National Examination Council ATCAP N37 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and now the National Examination Council, NECO, establishment to provide for National Common Entrance Examination and the Basic Education Certificate Examination and Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination compulsory for Nigerians, researchers and personnel in iron and steel, oil and gas industry for national development and for related matters and approved clauses 1 to 44. Explanatory memorandum on the long title of the bill. The House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to establish programs, contract, science, engineering for related matters, deferred concentration for the further for further legislative action. The House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to amend the consider the report on the bill for an act to amend the agricultural consider the report on the bill for an act to amend the agricultural research Council of Nigeria and ADCAP 812 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 as amended to make provisions and approve clauses 1 to 3, explanatory clauses 1 to 42, the schedule, explanatory memorandum and the long title of the bill. Most approved clauses 1 to 3, the schedules, explanatory memorandum and the long title of the bill. Leader, please move that the House.
I rise to move that the House do adjourn to tomorrow, same time, same venue as well.